other attempt at transparency has to do with Russia, Russia, Russia. The now debunked speculation that President Trump colluded with Moscow during the 2016 election. Well, and what else new could there be to say about this? Well, Trump's director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, announced this afternoon that she has documents that show what she calls a, quote, treasonous conspiracy. She claims the Obama administration manufactured intelligence to push the narrative that Russia was interfering in the election. Gabbard says she will turn over whatever documents she has to the Department of Justice. The suggestion that the Kremlin worked to get Trump into the White House reverberated for years. Trump's opponent, Hillary Clinton, certainly believed it.
President Putin hated you so much that it was personal, that he was determined to thwart your ambitions. Do you buy that?
Well, he certainly interfered in our election, and it was clear he interfered to hurt me and to help my opponent.
All right, let's go to NewsNation's Joe Khalil, live for us on Capitol Hill. Joe, a Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee found that the Kremlin did wage an aggressive effort to interfere in the 2016 election. Marco Rubio, now Secretary of State, was chair of that investigation. Tulsi Gabbard is now saying that report is wrong. What is she citing as proof of this conspiracy?
Well, we haven't seen much yet in the way of evidence, because what she presented was essentially just this press release laying out what you have, alleging that there were several people within the intelligence spheres from the Obama administration that sort of changed their intelligence assessments. What she did say is that the presidential daily brief at one point tried to, she says, or alleges that the Obama administration tried to hide that.
Joe, I'm so sorry. This is a very important story. We'll get back to you in a moment, but we're going to go to President Trump right now at this dinner.
People at 2 o'clock in the morning, sir, we have 3 hard no's. Well, I don't know. They were sort of enemies, but they were very talented people. I want to tell you that.
All right, we're going to monitor the president's comments as he congratulates Republican senators and members of his cabinet on the work that he's managed to get accomplished thus far in his administration. But let's go back to Joe Khalil, who's right outside, actually, where that dinner is happening. Joe, we were talking about these pretty incredible allegations made by the director of the DNI, Tulsi Gabbard, today, that the Obama administration, members of the Obama administration, had engaged in a treasonous conspiracy. Is Director Gabbard supplying any proof to back up those allegations?
What she has said, Elizabeth, in the release that she put out is that there are documents, there are emails that essentially show this. There was one narrative about Russian efforts to interfere in the election that denied that they played any sort of significant role. And then after the 2016 election, she alleges that her documents and emails will show the assessment on Russia changed. And it changed for political and corrupt reasons so that the Obama administration could lay a pretext by which later Democrats could prosecute President Trump through the impeachment and everything else. That is a very serious allegation that Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard is making. The evidence she claims to have, we have not seen, she has not shared. And there are, as you pointed out already, several Senate Democrats who are pointing to the fact that there was a bipartisan investigation in the Senate that sort of unanimously was accepted in that Russia, in fact, was trying in many different ways to interfere, whether it be social media or influence or other ways, that they didn't necessarily change votes or hack voting machines or anything like that that may have impacted the actual outcome. But in terms of their influence campaign, that is where it is universally accepted that Russia did try several efforts in 2016 and in 2020 and beyond that as well.
Right, and are still trying, according to at least U.S. intelligence. It'll be interesting to see if Tulsi Gabbard can back these allegations up with some proof.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.